And we should be live. How is everyone doing? Flowsy, greedy arts. How we doing? How we doing? Do you think Dabura can get high tiers to faster than light? Or simply light speed? I mean, I don't know. There's so many implications, by the way. Like, Dabura potentially being light speed is just wild to me. It's absolutely wild to me. It's really crazy. Like, seriously, it's just crazy. I don't know if he actually is, I don't know how to actually compare this to other characters. Because if he's actually moving at light speed, and then let's say Mahoraga later, like, reacts to it, is that because Mahoraga adapted to the speed of light? Could Mahoraga adapt to the speed of light? I mean, I'm seeing some people trying to say he's not light speed, but the technique is called light. And I think light moves at the speed of light. Like, I hope that's not like a controversial take, you know? But I really don't know how that's going to change the scaling of the JJK bus. But yeah, we are here. We got Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo. Let me actually replay this and put that on auto loop as well. This was quite a crazy chapter, by the way. This was just nothing short of insane. Like, actually, Mahoraga being in here, I knew it was going to happen, right? I thought it was going to be Rico Mahoraga. I didn't expect it to be this very chapter. The last thing I expected when I woke up was to see Mahoraga just being talked about everywhere. I didn't expect that. Honest to God. Big Raga? Mahoraga can adapt to physics? Probably. Seems Ui's soul swapped into Meimei's body. So this was a mistake I made in my 2 videos ago, but I corrected in my most recent video. So, by the way, I gotta really make sure, hold on. My settings, oh, I really hope I got it right. Let me just check my settings to make sure. Right, perfect. Okay, I can show panels. Okay, everything's good over there. But yeah, I got this wrong in my previous video because I saw the hair and I saw the, like, crows. So I just assumed, of course, like Meimei, and I saw people saying it was Meimei. And this is before we had the text. That's the key thing, before we had the translation. So, like, just logically, I was like, okay, crows, children or grandchildren that look like Meimei, hair that's Meimei's, that's Meimei. Like, of course, like, that's Meimei. And then suddenly I get comments on my 2 videos ago, and I'm like, oh, I fucked up. I mean, I know, to be fair, I do know it is, like, leaks, so the translations are a bit iffy, but I am Ui, head of the Shin Kageryu, however you say that, I don't know how you say it. So, this is the most, oh, by the way, good to see you, Skull Knight as well. Good to see you, and I hope Space is edible. Good to see you. Wow, Greedy Arts, I hope Space is edible. Everyone's coming back. Dude, everyone is coming out of the woodworks. Like, Mahoraga was summoned, and it was like the old JJK community was just summoned with it. You know, like, what? Like, genuinely, this was like a multi-summon by Yuka right here. She summoned the fan base. Shadow Monarch, good to see you. Flowersy, everyone, good to see everyone, man. Megami Trash, no comment. I mean, it's not Megami's fault, man. The author just did him dirty. That's the author's fault. But yeah, how can I say it? So, Ui, did he take Meimei's body? I don't know what's going on here. I truly don't. Like, I truly don't get it. Because he, like, I know some people are saying maybe the crows liked him because he was friends with Meimei. That, like, the crows obey Meimei because of her curse technique. Like, they actually, she can literally control their minds of it. Like, if she told them to end their life, which is what she does with a bird strike, the crow will be forced to make a binding vow because it's having its mind controlled. Then end somebody's life. Like, this isn't like they like, I mean, to be fair, I don't think so. So, there being crows around, and, I don't know, we're having such a, let me see here. And by the way, where does a thing go? Like, where does we just dip from? So we see on this page, Uyui's just come by crows. And I don't know if it's teleportation. Hey, Solomon, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Did you see? By the way, I actually replied to your comment, Solomon. If you check on my newest video, guys. I replied to Solomon's comment with a voice memo. So apparently I can do that now, which is interesting. So Uyui and Meimei. It is Uyui. It is like just 100% Uyui. I know I'm saying all these things to say it's Meimei. It's Uyui. But the technique is Meimei, and the body probably is Meimei as well. The only way I can see it is if the soul has been swapped. I mean, this isn't... Of all the people who could have done this, I guess it would have been Uyui, because he can swap the souls between people, as we saw in the swap training. Like we saw Gojo in Yuta's body, Yuta in Gojo's body, Yuji in... What's his name? I forgot his name. Kusakabe's body and vice versa. Like we saw swap training like that. So it's like this is probably the soul has been swapped. That's probably what's happened. I just wonder why that's happened. And these children are clearly from the descendants of Meimei and Uyui. Like it's a mixture of both, which is disgusting to think about. I don't even want to think about that, to be honest. Oh my god. He can teleport. Maybe his advanced techniques is switch bodies. No, we know he can swap the souls, by the way. He can swap the souls. But I'm just wondering why. If he did, why he did that. Hey, Julian, good to see you. I'm good. How are you? How are you? I think he'll have the power to have things from existence. The person has Uyui's clothes from JJK underneath, it looks like. So is it Uyui? It is Uyui, by the way. Like, he straight up says, I am the clan head. Yeah. Like, just straight up, I'm Uyui. So I don't know what's going on there, but I don't want to know. I just don't want to know. Of all the things, I don't want to know. By the way, I know a lot of people aren't talking about it for some reason. I didn't talk about it all in my video, so I can't even say, like, for some reason I didn't talk about it all. Simply because I find it very interesting, but I guess it's unfortunate, but my side of what I cover on the channel tends to be more power scaling stuff, in case you haven't noticed. It's because, like, when I do try to cover, let's say, themes and these type of things, I guess maybe because I built my channel, unfortunately, as a power scaling channel. Like, from the ground up, what I originally started with JJK, I don't know if many of you were in the beginning, I did power scaling videos. Before I even covered chapter reviews, before I even covered chapter leaks, for an extremely long time, the way I started out, and I was doing for a long time, it was just versus battles, power scaling, that stuff. So my core audience, which is you guys, hi, is power scaling viewers. So usually that's why I don't talk about too deep topics in my videos. Like, for example, I'll scratch the surface. Like, Yuji being immortal, what does that mean for him? What does that mean for his character? But pretty much just that. And I do want to say, personally, though, what I like the most is these type of things. Like, this really hits hard. Like, she's sweating, she can't even see in front of her, right? Her vision's blurred, and she needs a chair because she's got cancer. And then she can't even recognize Mino as, like, who he is. She actually thinks it's Tsurugi. And she begins to say a final word to Tsurugi, which makes Mino cry, right? Just wow. And then she jumps out of the plane backwards at, like, no vision, nothing. Like, she's actually on, like, almost about to die, even without the binding vow. She's just going to die. And then just emotional, like, just such a tragic moment. But then, of course, like, the aura has to be farmed as well. And sorry for this one, Dabura. With this treasure, I summon. Goddamn. And I think I have some... Just ignore all this stuff, actually. This is all my video. But I also have this page by Boku no Color. Check him out, by the way. His link is in the description. Check him out. Goddamn. Mahoraga. Actually, he is just insane to me. And then, yeah, like, this was all just wild to me. Wild to me. Wow. Wow. Sorry, I missed so many things in chat. I saw your voice message. I'm glad you saw it. YouTube allows voice notes now? Yes, Skunlight, they do. It's pretty interesting. I'm sorry if I can't get to all the comments. I just, I hope you have a good day as well, Julian. Sorry, I just noticed there's so many. Hey, Juzo, good to see you, man. How are you? Wow, it has been a long time since I saw you, Juzo. How are you? Wow. There's aura that needs to be farmed. Yeah, Mahoraga is, like, joining Kashimo with a rank of farmers right now. But unlike Kashimo, he's farming aura. You know, he's absolutely farming them. Surprised this meme isn't dead. He's kind of dead, but it's still around, you know. Really wish Gege let Dabura survive a nuke. Can you imagine, MF? Good to see you, by the MF. Like, if they... I get why they explain why there's no nukes. They explained this in the previous chapter, like, oh, this is why we can't do a nuke. I mean, that's bullshit, man. Like, this guy is a threat to all of humanity in the world. They should have just nuked him. Like, I feel like all the politics that we got, it seems realistic. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to say, like, it's a plot hole or anything. It actually seems very realistic, but I feel like if Gege wanted to, he really could have just had them nuke him. He really could have done that. And it's one of my... It's such a strange thing to say, by the way. I'm Gravy, glad to see you. I'm glad to see you as well, man. Glad to see you. One of the rare criticisms I have of Gege, like, it's a rare criticism generally, because usually manga could tend to be the opposite of this. I think Gege is too realistic. I think he's too realistic, and I've had this problem with him. God, I think since the Culling games, actually, since I've been covering YouTube, it's been one of my biggest, I say, criticisms. Like, it's not a strong criticism. I'm not like saying he's really bad. Everyone has flaws, dude. There's not a single author on this planet that doesn't have flaws, minor or big. I'm not saying he's, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying he's a bad author. He's absolutely fantastic, like evident with this chapter. This chapter was amazing. But just one of the minor criticisms that he has, naturally, like any author does, is he tends to be too realistic. And I felt that last chapter. I really felt it with like the whole nuke situation, all that stuff. If it was other mangaka, and this is a criticism of other manga, which is funny, like you need to find that balance, they wouldn't give a shit, absolutely. Like they would just nuke Dabura, like 50 nukes, just to farm the aura. But Gege does care about his realism, which is good, but he doesn't balance it well. I feel like the best author I've seen balance hyper-realism, but in a very good way, is Togashi Hunter x Hunter. Like that is, I feel like maybe that's what Gege was going for. He just couldn't land on it. He really can't land on it, but I know that's what he's going for. Which is fair enough. Like, I can't fault Gege. I'm not saying it's not like the worst thing in the world. It's okay. Like, dude, even Oda, I consider him the best mangaka, like, in history. One of the best authors of all time. Not authors, but like manga authors, right? And even he has, like, many flaws. And that's Oda, dude. If Oda has it, any author has it. Like, that's fine. It's just natural part of being an artist. But that, if I had to say, personally, is like a minor criticism I've always had of Gege for a couple of years. Just really, I noticed it strongly last chapter, honest to God. But yeah. You're in your Bachi account. Alright, good to see you though, Tiberius. Hishaku Hideout. I got you with the Hishaku name. Shout out the Hishaku, by the way. And we're not going to be talking about Kagurabachi right now, because, JJK stream right now got Mahoraga being summoned. And by the way, is this the, like, sound effect for the shadows, right? I remember when I first saw this, I thought she was singing. This is, like, the second I saw the leaks. So I didn't have any translations. Like, I actually thought she was just singing as she went in. Like, doing a melody or something, humming something. But no, it does seem like, because I can't read Japanese, and, like, it is a shadow sound effect. Is it? Like, does anyone here know Japanese? I think that's what's going on. Which is, it's more unfortunate because, like, it was purely my own misinterpretation, and I thought it was cool, actually. It's like, just, I wish what I had interpreted the first time was cool, because that would have been pretty awesome, like, as she hums into it, and then in contrast with her humming, as she sinks into the shadows, like a very peaceful, nice hum, Mahoraga stomps the ground. Stomps it. That would have been amazing. I swear to God. It doesn't seem like it's true. I think now, looking closer, with the full scans and all that stuff, I can't read Japanese, but I'm guessing that's like prefix for being sucked into the shadows. But yeah, at least we're done with the goofy spamming of binding vows. I would not say that yet. So it does seem like, thank God I have previous TVCB open already. It does seem like, we'd also have like tweets as well, which we kind of go, by the way, if you want to tweet at me, tweet me something and I will answer it. So we can do that. I had this tweet here I put a while ago, Dabura, talking about Dabura. This tweet, like mocking myself, when I don't know if you guys remember this is 2 years ago, I made this. I reminded all Kashimoto Taoists to stay on that side when the thing comes, don't want to see anyone switch up. And the meme is like, I made this 2 years ago, by the way. Don't come back when Kashimo's curse technique is godlike strong. Don't come back when it's lightning god Indra curse technique. Don't come back when he's actually keeping up and giving Sukuna a high diff hard fight. Stay on that side. I mean, we all know how that ended, I kind of replied to my own tweet, just cooking myself, it is what it is. Yeah, I guess, like, I put a lot of tweets recently, ever since the whole Mahoraga stuff has been happening, and I put that one as well. Like, I'll talk about all this stuff as well, and again, just let me know if you tweet at me, and I can just, I can open it through here, I guess, like, whatever you guys say, right? But anyway, yeah, I want to say, it's really interesting, but there's a lot of things that the alien sorcerers don't have and vice versa. Actually, before I continue, do be sure to leave a like on the video. It does help push it out. I'm doing the classic YouTuber thing. It is what it is. It actually helps the video. I don't know what to say, guys. It helps the video, so if you want to do it, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. As cringe it is for me to say that stuff always. I gotta do it. The one best thing about like doing YouTube for a long time, like my intro and outro of saying, leave a like and subscribe, I've kind of like done it for so many years, for hundreds of videos, it's just become like second nature. So I don't feel cringe anymore. That's not a long time. I haven't felt cringe during the intro and outro in a video. But like when I do on stream, it's incredibly cringe because I'm not recording a video. People are watching me. Like asking people to like live. It'll always be cringe to me. But it is what it is. You're gonna get your channel striked? Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I can have a way around it. But I appreciate the concern. Thanks. Might get some conclusion. Surprise light-based ability. By the way, for some reason, Tiberius, I remember Shaku Hideout is Tiberius. Yeah, I guess it doesn't have the same weakness, shadow technique to light, as if something like Tokoyami, is that his name, from My Hero Academia, let's say his weakness to light, right? It doesn't seem like that does exist here, but it is interesting, light versus shadow. The 10 shadows, the shadow technique, darkness, versus the light technique, right? It's like the light of the Sumerians, or the Lumilians, right? Versus the shadow of hope of humanity. I kind of cooked that up. I got poetry in motion. But yeah, the aliens don't know about binding vows. Yeah, they don't know a lot of things. So they don't know about cursed spirits, and humans don't know about Kalyan, so they don't exist, but these two things. The cursed spirits as a whole doesn't exist. Like the Lumilians don't even emit negative energy and create anything like that for some reason. Everything's so different. And it seems like binding vows don't exist for the Lumilians. Now, I don't know if Lumilians could learn binding vows because they just never knew about this concept before. Like, it could be Dabura sees Yuka do a binding vow. He's like, wait, what's that? Is that like, what is this concept? He kind of learns about it, and he does it. There's a lot of things we don't know about Dabura. I want to say that right now. Sukuna was a genius where he could copy anything he saw once. God, he was too much of a genius. I don't know how he did it. Like, Kinjaku, the only sorcerer in history, by the way, as far as we know. There probably were others, considering that, like, 2,000-year-old sorcerer who incarnated the second time. So, no, as a fact, there were other sorcerers in this long history of Jujutsu Kaisen who could turn into cursed objects or turn other people to cursed objects. But Kinjaku was the only one who, in canon, who knew how to do that. Nobody else knew how to do it. Like, not a single human knew how to do it. Sukuna saw that this mythical, rare, undoable technique once. He saw it happen. And he did it. Like, he did it. You know? Or I guess it happened to him, sorry. I guess he saw it, and by extension, like, it happened to him. He did it. But other sorcerers like Hana or Ryu, or like any... Hana said directly... Not Hana, sorry. Angel. I've seen it happen. I felt it happen, but I can't do it. No one else can do it. We don't know if Dabura is the same. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, Dabura could see Yuka do a binding vow, and well and truly, Dabura could just say... oh my god, that could be wild. Dabura could just say, oh, that's a binding vow, let me try do that now. And we might get the binding vow merchant Dabura? I hope not. I hope that doesn't happen, but it could happen. And I wanted to like say that here, the sorcerers on Earth don't hesitate to use binding vows and to push against a wall. And then, as a fact, Maru doesn't know what this is. You amplify a cursed energy and techniques with it, I presume. Like, he's assuming, is that what it is? Because he's assuming by binding vows. It still won't be enough against Dabura. Be that as it may, like, just, where's the images? Here. This is the wrong place. Here we go. Damn. And by the way, I just saw someone in the chat say, Kyang, good to see you, by the way. Roiki Tenka, I caught my eye. Does Dabura have a domain expansion? I hope he does. Logic tells me he does. Because domains are so fundamental to sorcerers that there are even sorcerers who are just born of a domain, well, not born of it, sorry, that are naturally embedded in their technique, like King, sorry, King, my bad, who are just naturally born of it. I want to assume, and I hope the aliens have it as well. Dude, if Dabura doesn't have a domain, no, Yuji's gonna destroy him. Let me try to see some chats. I hope she ain't hiding a nuke in the chat. That is great. By the way, good to see you, B1. Like, I didn't consider. I don't think she's hiding a nuke. She could be. No, dude. Can you imagine? Wait, guys. Hold on. Wait, Yuka having. By the way, we are doing it. Is it live on Shorts? No, I guess not. Yuka having a nuke? Do you know what that reminds me of? This! This is what I hate about YouTube on desktop. I can't open it up. But the point is like, this is Yuka if she has a nuke in her shadows. Like, imagine Dabura kills Mahoraga, and then Yuka's like, fuck it, just nukes everything within her shadow. Like, you don't know the bottomless malice of the human heart. We might actually get it. That would be funny if we do. I mean, Gege is the one writing this, by the way. Like, again, even in this chat, by the way, the recent author comments once again confirmed Gege is working on the story. Like, Yuji, the artist, said he's tired, but he said Gege is also just as tired. Like, Gege is writing the storyboard, he's writing the whole story, and he's drawing the storyboards. So, like, for example, Gege drew all of this, like, as a sketch, and he writes the dialogue, so he wrote this here, he sketched everything, then the artist Yuji comes in and he actually draws over it. So it's made the job of Gege, like, infinitely easier. Like, actually infinitely easier. So in case a lot of people just keep wondering, I don't know why this misinformation is still out there, like, the guy has directly said, Yuji and Gege, both of them have said they're working on this, like, chapter by chapter. Gege even made, I'm pretty sure, like 7 chapters or something. Before the first chapter came out, he did a draft of 7, I think. Or I think he said he was too lazy and tried to do it, but he didn't fully do it. But yeah. Imagine she has a domain. Chimera Shadow God. Dude. If we finally get to see the Chimera Shadow Garden completed, please, Akutami, I will give you my soul. My soul is yours, dude. My soul is yours. I didn't consider that. Holy shit, Skull Knight, you always have the best comments. I swear to God, Skull Knight, you always have the best ones. I did not think about that. I haven't seen a single person say that. I mean, unless I missed something, unless someone else has said it. Dude, wait. Damn. What if she has Chimera Shadow God? Could we actually see the potential? Potential. I hate that word. I hate that word so much because of Megami and this series. I hate this word potential, man. If Megami, like, no, stop it. But if she does it, could we see the complete Chimera Shadow God? Again, by the way, guys, do be sure to leave a like on the video. Like I said before, I'm surprised there's so many people. There's like 8 people. I will very much appreciate it. It does push the stream out, so thank you very much. And for everyone who did it before, thank you guys as well. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, 10 shadow at its max. Yeah, exactly, Flowsy. Dude, that would be phenomenal. Can you imagine? Because in the 10 shadows, you can make copies of yourself and the Shikigami. Well, Megami could already make copies of himself, but it's more like amplified. What if she makes copies of Mahoraga? Wait, are we about to... Ah, stop it. Stop it. I don't want to start getting back into like the Chimera Shadow Garden theories. Because I love it. I love it so much. And I'm afraid what it's going to do to me. Like, to build my hopes up again. And by the way, thanks again for everyone who left a like. I see a lot of people did. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Just get bullied by 10 Ragas? Wait, stop. That is insane. What if each of them add to the adaptation as a total? No, wait. That would be crazy. That is a video idea if I've ever seen one before. But yeah. Mahoraga is summoned right here. And we have, again, the wonderful art. It is linked in the description. Boku no Color. Like, and by the way, this is canonically, I think, I could be wrong. This is how he should be looking. Because as Mahoraga is summoned, you can see light is on. He's literally summoned. He comes down. I don't know how Dabura is so fast. Like, look, Dabura is looking. He sees her come down. Mahoraga like, she's here. She's here. It probably takes, like, 0.1 of a second after this moment when he's on the ground for this to happen. This probably is, like, not even a full second. And then instantly, Dabura is already blitzed to the sky. Like, he's already up there. And his technique is already activated and fired off. Like, the light that Mahoraga sees is a technique being activated. So, within an instant, like, a literal second, or at least a second or two, an instant, Dabura somehow, like, assessed the situation, like, as Mahoraga literally just stood. Like, he landed, stood, and Dabura's already gone to the sky, blitzed up there, and activated his technique. He's activated. Like, this process of Mahoraga seeing the light is the technique being fired down. And we see the technique, like, insane AoE, by the way. I don't know if this is, like, if this is Dabura's doing. It could, because we see the streaks of lights. But then, my god. Like, and then Dabura just floating there. I don't know how he's flying. I guess we've seen Sukuna do in the anime where he opens his domain expansion. And then he's still floating though. Just what a chapter. Oh my god. You get more aura if you're in the air? Fair enough. Dot from Mahoraga is killing me. Yeah, like Mahoraga is sentient. He is aware, right? He loves to smile. The Shohei being Maho adaptation will be broken. I can't even imagine what the Shohei of the 10 shadows is going to be. Honest to God. He's standing on the light rods? Oh, you think so? Right, because it has mass, right. Actually, I want to talk about that as well. Okay, so my recent video, let me go to my channel, because I want to talk about this. I'm not going to make you watch it, guys. I'll talk about it in this video, alright? I'm not going to be like, this evil bastard who's like, guys, you gotta have to watch my video to understand. Like, no, I'll break it down here. This is my new video, right? This is my new video. And in this video, I talk about this concept, and that doesn't help. Hey, Eternal Flame, the GOAT. One of the most goated JJK YouTubers ever. How you doing, Eternal Flame? Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Basically, the concept of my new video that I put out a couple hours ago, which I do recommend watching after the stream, it is this. The theory is that Dabura is not the same, I want to clarify, not the same, but the equivalent to Gojo. This blank technique is, I'm theorizing, I really have to say this like very strongly, I'm just disclaiming it, theorizing is like the Six Eyes, right? I hope you're good. Wisdom teeth removed, I hope all is good. I hope all is going to be good of you, Eternal Flame. But yeah, how can I say? Okay, oh my god, I got so many theories. Guys, I got so many theories. Holy shit. Can I be honest, before I even continue this, I want to say, I have not felt like this for so long when I saw those leaks of Mahoraga. Like, when I saw it calm down, and I'm doing everything I can to hold it. You guys, you know I have like a virus. I actually have a virus, I'm very ill. And I did one of my finals today. I'm studying dentistry, by the way. I don't know if people know this, but I did one of my finals today, like dental ethics, and I'm here. I still have 2 more finals left, but it's in 3 days. Fuck it, man. As I was saying, dude, I woke up for one of my finals like 2 days ago. I saw the leaks of Mahoraga being here, and any anxiety I felt for my exam, like, vanished. It vanished. I didn't feel anything. I didn't give a shit about the exam. By the way, I got like 100% on that final. 90 out of 100. God bless, like, for the total of the course. At least that, like, course, right? I didn't care about the exam. Like, I went in, I just didn't feel like anxiety, because I felt such a rush from the Mahoraga situation. I wasn't even thinking about the exam, dude. I adapted to the exam. Thanks, guys. Thank you. The point is like, that actually, like, I felt such a, even like a shiver as I read it. I was so excited. I felt like, I was like, actually jumping up and down a little, okay, just a small bit, when I saw Mahoraga was back. It is a bit embarrassing to say, man, but like, fuck it. You know, life's too short to not be honest and to not enjoy things, right? Life is way too short not to enjoy things. I felt like how I felt reading so many of the other JJK chapters that came out. Like when Gojo died, or Kashimo jumped in, Yuji hitting the black flashes, like Yuji getting his technique, Yuji's domain, it felt like that. Just seeing Mahoraga, it didn't feel real. Like, I made a video on it a couple days before. Like, that's the craziest part. This video I made 4 days ago, like, okay, she has Mahoraga, like, okay, it's obvious, blah, blah, blah. I still did not expect it to be this chat. I just didn't expect that. I thought we were probably going to get, like, Tsurugi and Maru fighting, but we got Mahoraga being summoned. Are you joking? That was insane to me. Absolutely insane. Just wow. It's kind of dumb. Modulo is so short. You know what? I'll say it for what it is. I like it. I do like it. I think I'll talk about that actually way later, like what I think about Modulo's pace, writing. But I think it's good, much better than original JJK. Honestly, like so many problems of JJK in terms of writing, like long-term writing, have been addressed in Modulo. So Gege has improved as an author, which I'm glad. Okay, but back to the main point. Sorry, I went such a off topic. Back to the main point. I'll read this for you guys right here, okay? The curse technique, interesting, it says technique, not techniques, technique, 1, of Dabura and Karaba. I don't know if we ever found out what his second name is, but I guess we found out now. Dabura Karaba. Blank and light. Blank is a killing intent that possesses actual mass passed down among the Deskunte clan, something impossible for an Earth human to articulate. And then, of course, for the first time in history, Mahoraga adapts. So what I'm thinking is, this blank technique has got to be something like the Six Eyes. Because there's 2 reasons for this. There's actually 3 possibilities before I go into that. Is this one technique, blank and light, does that count as a technique? Because it says the curse technique, implying that both of these count as one. Just like how the 10 shadows, you know, it gives you Shikigami and shadow manipulation, that's one technique. This could be the case where it's one. But I think, personally, we have a situation of the 6 eyes limitless. You can be born of the 6 eyes and not have the limitless. You can be born of the limitless and not have the 6 eyes. That, in my own theoretical opinion, is what's happening here. You can be born with the light technique, and this light technique, you can see it, it's only fast and can't really harm anything. However, with the blank technique, it basically adds mass, because this blank technique is something we can't say in English, is a killing intent that possesses actual mass. So I think I might be wrong, because I got the physics wrong, but I think, he has 3 eyes, alright, that's a good one, King D, that's a good one, that's actually a good one. What I think is going on is, the physics, again, I'll talk about that soon, but I think the base form of this technique is just simply speed, and maybe like pure light application. We've seen characters have light techniques like Kizaru and other characters who have like light beams and it's insanely destructive, like when you throw something at the speed of light, it does high damage and all that stuff. Logically, this technique should be destructive even without mass, right? Because I did say, and I'm right and wrong, I got this off Google, and I Googled it, so light has 0 rest mass, doesn't have weight. But that doesn't mean light can't do damage. Like, for example, a laser beam. Like, if Dabura wanted to, just with his light technique alone, he could make a laser beam that could destroy things. That's very nice, Yonko D. I appreciate that, thank you. That's nice. Look at Invisible War from Marvel. I haven't played Marvel Rivals. I wonder if different than passed down from Blood. I think it is, again, I'll get into like the whole wording, because it could be so many different things. But right now, what I'm trying to think, right, is that maybe the Dabura's light technique actually is pretty unimpressive. What I'm trying to say is, like, it might be harmless light. Like, if you can truly manipulate light freely, you can do a lot of crazy things. You don't need to add, like, beyond 0 rest mass. Like, you could probably destroy a lot, but maybe what I'm trying to theorize is Dabura's light technique is genuinely just harmless. Like, all it does is, like, create light, show light, maybe let the user move at light speed, which definitely explain Dabura's speed, something along those lines, and you can't actually do any real damage with it. Again, if you could truly manipulate light, you could have it be incredibly destructive. I'm trying to put like anime, almost like physics into it, and just try and make it so like it's harmless light. But because of Dabura's second ability, which is this blank, which is passed down in the same way the 6 eyes is passed down throughout the clans, I think, just like how the 6 eyes amps the limitless, and together when you combine them it makes it broken, I think this blank technique and light combo together. Like, this is basically the Rasputin and the whole alien Sumerian planet, their version of the 6 eyes limitless. I think that's what's going on right now. And that would make a lot of sense. Honestly, that would make so much sense, because well, first of all, it would parallel him with Gojo very well. It would just parallel him with the strongest in the modern age, but before Sukuna came. But I just think it would be such an awesome idea that Dabura was truly blessed and gifted from the beginning as well. Where it's just like, again, puts him on that level of Ryo and Sukuna, Gojo, and I think it does pan out nicely where if you had the limitless without 6 eyes, as was said by, let me go open that here, 1 second, Jujutsu Kaisen, JJK, I guess I can show it, yeah, it's okay. Let's see, where was it? As was said by Sukuna, and multiple characters, not just, but the one I remember the most specifically is Sukuna. Sukuna said, and so did other characters like Yuji and Yuta, here we go, you cannot control, is it this page? Nope. Or is it, alright, we'll find it, You cannot control the limitless without 6 eyes. Where would it be? Let's see. Yeah, so as Sukuna says here, limitless curse technique. No, 6 eyes is necessary to control that. You can be born of the limitless, but you just basically won't be able to use it well at all. You can be born of the 6 eyes, but you may not have the limitless, and you may just have a different technique entirely. It's specifically the 6 eyes and the limitless together that's a 400-year event. What I'm thinking is, like, we might be getting the same here. You might be born with a light technique, and it's not that strong. You might be born with this blank, which is not that strong, but when you get both of these together, like how the 6 Eyes Limitless is a deadly combo, that is what I think is happening with Mahoraga, with Dabura right now, which, again, paralleling him with Satoru Gojo of all people, just phenomenal. It's just a theory, because, again, it might not check out, but I hope. I think it's just a very cool way it could go. Who's Dura? Dura is almost like the father or parental figure for Maron Cross, who's dead. But yeah, if he's anywhere near Dabura power, easily top 4 or 5 in the verse. Are you talking about Mahoraga or Dura? Are you talking about Dura, Mr. Big Fiction? Dura, like, he got insta-no-diffed by a Dabura that isn't even trying. I don't think so. But I mean, if he could be, we don't really know. We will never really know how strong he is. But yeah, I will say, this is the beginning of the adaptation for Mahoraga. So Mahoraga is beginning to adapt, and a lot of people are confused, understandably so, how Mahoraga's adaptation works, so I'll go over that now with you guys. Mahoraga adapts multiple times to techniques. So what was that chapter? It was 231, was it? Or 32? Let's see. Here. So we can see here, basically 236, it said there as well. It said in a lot of chapters, actually. I'll show you all of it. Thanks for reminding me as well. So, here. So we see, like, the wheel turn. The wheel turn, did he adapt? And then he's interrupted his adaptation process. This isn't that important. This is what's important, right? He isn't bringing out... He isn't bringing out Mahoraga. I suppose it adapted once Unlimited Void was used the 5th time. So it took 5 times of Unlimited Void being used for it to adapt. Does that mean it needs to turn several times in order to adapt to Gojo-san's Limitless techniques? Which, by the way, considering that he adapted to Sukuna's technique in only 2 spins. 2 spins was all it took to adapt to not Sukuna's whole technique, but specifically the concept of slashing. It does confirm that the more complex the technique, the more spins it takes to adapt. And I do want to remind you, with each spin that's happening, Mahoraga is adapting as it happens. When it happened against Sukuna, he actually began, I'll show you in chapter 117. Pretty sure it's 117. Let's see, do I still have it? Yes, I do. Nice. Damn, I'm wrong. Okay, I was 1 chapter off. Not bad. Not bad considering I'm a bit rusty. Here. So we can see it spins once, like he cuts him, spins once, and then I read this recently, it spins again later on, but we also see here it spins again, and now he's fully adapted to slashes because Sukuna uses his domain expansion and he survives, right? And what's very important is the first time Sukuna uses this, like, dismantle, Mahoraga can't react at all, but he adapts, he heals, and the second time he reacts. So what I'm assuming, I think this is how it works, because what's his name? Sukuna, again, in chapter 246, he once again talks about it. Each time the wheel turns, Mahoraga is adapting, but it's not a complete adaptation. The more complex a technique, how can I say, the more times the wheel needs to spin for a complete adaptation. That's why Sukuna, a very simple concept, just slashing attacks, only needed 2 spins for all of, like, Cleave and Dismantle, like, both as a whole, anything to do with slashing, that's all. But of course, it didn't adapt to Shrine itself, because then just, like, flames are a completely different concept. Gojo's Unlimited Void alone needed 5 times. And then we saw, like, the blue, I think, was already adapted or something like that, I can't remember exactly. But then here it was adapting to Infinity and to the red, right? It was adapting to many different things. And that's why, like, the red was still effective against Mahoraga, and he was afraid the red could kill Mahoraga even, right? So it really does change depending on what's going on. Now, going back to chapter 236, Sukuna says it more clearly, like, all of this you can assume is true, like, we can all assume it's true, but then Sukuna also directly confirms it here. Mahoraga's adaptation can start after receiving a single attack, then slowly it starts to analyze, and its completion is only a matter of time. Again, all of this basically just confirms everything we've been saying. Simple technique, like, how can I say it? 1 spin, adaptation happens, but it's not complete. The more complex a technique, the more spins it needs, like Unlimited Void needing 5 potential spins, or at least 5 of it times it needs to be used. And then, of course, like a couple spins for Gojo's Limitless or Infinity, and Sukuna's slash is only taking 2. How complex is Dabura's technique? That's the real question we have to ask. We don't really know how complex Dabura's technique is. Dabura could simply, if it really is as simple as light manipulation, where is it? Here. Like, if it's just light, that is going to be, I don't mean to make a pun. Actually, I do mean to make it. Light work. It's going to be easy. Something, I just jumped. Congratulations, brother. Thank you, Tumza, for subscribing. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So I have to move the chat there, guys. Sorry. I hope you guys weren't annoyed by me moving you guys to the left and right. But, yeah, sorry, as I was saying. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, the light. That light work is nice, thanks. But, like, yeah, it might be a simple process. It's just light. But we don't know how complex Dabura's technique is. It says light in quotes. If it simply was just the 10 shadows, it doesn't say, like, in quotes, the 10 shadows, right? Or blood manipulation, it doesn't... Actually, it does say it. Wait, I'm wrong. Hold on. I remember specifically when Yuji... 236... It was chapter... This one. I think I'm wrong, actually. Yeah, no, I'm wrong. Because when he says a blood manipulation and shrine... Gege does put quotes around the name. So actually, the quote doesn't matter. I mean, in that case, actually, it just means it's light. Like this, it's straight up light. Like, quotes are not, the technique is called light. But the point being, it may be more complicated than what first meets the eye. Like, what we may first see, right? Because if it truly is something like energy manipulation, atomic manipulation, matter manipulation, like matter control, if that's what's going on, like as a fundamental principle of the technique, and that is what the light is being based off of, then it's going to take longer for Mahoraga to adapt. What's also very interesting is, does Mahoraga only need to adapt to the light, or does he need to adapt to the light and to this blank technique, which is foreign even to us, where you add Kalyan 10 and it possesses an actual mass? If he has to adapt to both of those things at the same time, this is going to take a very long time. Mainly because he says, for the first time in history, Mahoraga's adaptation to an extraterrestrial curse technique begins. But because he has adapted once, we can see like he's beginning to adapt. He's beginning to believe, basically, Mahoraga. Like, he can farm this aura right here. He should now be able to, in theory, only in theory, prosta, in theory, he should be able to react to Dabura's light attacks now. It doesn't mean he's immune to it. It doesn't mean he's not going to die to it, but he should be able to, like, if Dabura tries it again, he should be able to, like, stop it. A big indicator of this that nobody's talked about, but, like, for me, what makes it, I don't want to say confirmed, but a chance that we can, like, see in real time. Dabura bites the fucking light. He bit light. He bit it. He, like, you can see, this is light itself. Chunks of light. Why has nobody talked about this? I'm serious. Like, maybe I just haven't, I've been seeing a lot of comments lately and, like, on Twitter and stuff. Why has nobody talked about it? He bit light. And we can see chunks of light. How can light have chunks? No, see, people didn't notice that, right? So I can see in the chat, like, nobody noticed that. He bit it. And it cannot be a coincidence that this happens, like, as he's adapting, like, he's actually got his first adaptation. He has adapted to light, is what I'm trying to say. It has mass now, so it's not that impressive. I still think, like, even if it has mass, it's the fact that he bit light. I think, let's say if it was anyone else, like Gojo or Sukuna, and even if it had mass, it's the fact that he's biting this dangerous technique. Like, it's not about having mass. Like, look what happened when it touched Mahoraga. It scorched him. You can see steam is coming out of it when it touched him. This isn't something you can just touch. It's like a king is saying, this is pure energy, by the way. Pure energy. Hi, nice to see you, by the way, dog. Nice to see you. It's pure energy. Look, it's scorching him. But, like, when it touches him, it scorches him, which, by the way, confirms when Dabura used this technique 2 chapters ago, that was indeed his actual curse technique. He used light right there. But then, like, it's not scorching him anymore. Hey! My best of Furendo. Ciao, it's been a minute since I've heard that. Thank you very much, Greedy Arts, the oldest of OGs on the channel. Thanks, much appreciated for the 5. Looks like Maho has a 2-step verification for an adaptation. He starts to be immune for the ability, then he goes on the offensive for a while. Pretty much that's what's happening. Like, but again, thank you very much for the 5. And again, always appreciate for the years of support, Greedy. Thank you so much for being an OG. And very funny way to put it, but it's exactly like you're saying. Like, Dabura is attacking him right now, and he's adapting to the technique now. How can I say it? Mahoraga isn't going to be immune to dying because he hasn't done a full adaptation of the technique. However, he should be able to have a better chance against it. Just like how with Sukuna, right? When he first fought Sukuna, Mahoraga could have died. Right here, if Sukuna chose to like fully destroy him or do a bigger output attack, he would have just died right here. There's no like ifs and buts, like Mahoraga would have died. But because his base durability is high and he just tanked it, and it wasn't a complete destruction, he adapted once, and at this point, Mahoraga can still be killed by the slashes. It's true. He's not fully immune to them. But after his adaptation, just like how he was able to, like, for the Infinity, he saw Mahoraga. This is so crazy, by the way. Like, how to apply a technique to cut the world itself. That is apparently an adaptation. Like, they're so broken. This guy is so broken, Mahoraga. But, like, that was one of his adaptations, which is insane. Like, seeing the world itself and changing the target of your technique. So if he could do that, then one of his adaptations being... Oh, thank you. Congratulations, Buddha. Thank you, Worn Fabric, for subscribing. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. I don't know if you subscribed from the chat or if you watched the video, but thank you very much. The point being... I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Worn Fabric. The point being is, like... How can I say? That's not going to be a complicated thing for him to do. Right here, he could only see the slashes because of the first adaptation they did. You can see it. You can see my curse technique, right? But he couldn't see anything before. Now, of course, like, it's interesting that he still could have died. He was susceptible to death. Right here, Mahoraga well and truly could have died. But no, he adapted once more because Sukuna didn't fully finish him off. And then Mahoraga has now fully adapted to it. The ability to adapt to any and all phenomena. Just wild. What I'm trying to say is right now, if Dabura were to fire light beams at Mahoraga or do something like that, basically Mahoraga should be able to fight back. He's not going to be like unkillable or completely like count him and just insta-kill him. It's not going to be anything like that. Absolutely not. However, what I can say as a fact is he's going to be able to fight. He bit this light. It's not about having mass, like I said before. This is steaming hot. This is pure energy that scorched Mahoraga in the previous page. Steam is coming every time it touched him. But now, after the adaptation, he bites. And it's not burning him anymore. And he's touching it. Mass or not, he's touching light and bits of light come. Like, so he's adapted to the concept of light itself, like energy or light. I think the biggest problem is probably going to be the blank technique, where Mahoraga is going to adapt to light very fast, but the blank technique is going to be a problem, and if they're combined together and infused together, that is truly going to be the biggest issue. Like, truly, I really don't know how Mahoraga is going to win this, especially if Dabura has, like I've been saying before, maybe a domain expansion. It would be disappointing if the aliens couldn't do it. It's possible the aliens can't do it because they don't have binding vows, they don't have cursed spirits, and even on the aliens' own world, like, there are things that they don't have, like Kalyans, right? Which is different to cursed spirits, but similar enough, apparently. I just truly wonder, like, actually wonder right here, how Mahoraga is going to pull this off. And I want to talk about that now. Itadori Yuji, guys, listen, how long have we been streaming? How long has this stream been going by? It's like 50 minutes, and I haven't talked about Yuji once. I didn't say his name, actually, which is quite an impressive feat for me. Usually, Yuji is coming out of my mouth like crazy all the time. It might be time to finally talk about this, like, juiciest part of the stream, Itadori all day Yuji, because he's gonna come, guys. He's gonna come, and how he's gonna interact with Dabura and Mahoraga is, oof, it's gonna be crazy. Hey, Enbu, good to see you. Good to see you. Hi, I think. Oh wait, where did I go? Hi. Beside light, there might be some sort of electromagnetic or fundamental force. Yeah, like you said, exactly. You can't bite light. I think the reason he could bite the light is. Did I say something crazy? Why is everyone? Did I say something crazy? By the way, why is everyone saying pause? Hey, Kudex, good to see you guys. What did I say? What did I say, guys? Even the music paused. The music actually paused. Why? Guys, can someone remind me what I said? Thank God the music's back. Okay, thank God. Whatever it was, my bad. I don't know. Yuji is coming out of my mouth? Okay. Did I actually say that? Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. Moving on. Moving on. Yuji slander, we do not slander Yuji here, by the way. This place is a Yuji slander free zone. Damn, that actually made me go red. It is what it is. It is what it is. Me being sick doesn't help. But yeah, like, sorry, to go back to Enbu before. Lamau, yeah. To go back to what Enbu was saying. Good to see you, by the way, Enbu. Kudex, you always come at the craziest times, man. You always come at the most, like, suspicious times. Kudex. Good to see you, though. Always good to see you. Yeah. I think the reason he's able to bite it is because it has, like someone said in the stream before, it has mass because it has the killing intent. But even if it has mass, it doesn't mean you should be able to bite it because it is energy, it is light, like it's burning him. And again, this is so cool to finally find out, yes, it was, what's his name's technique. It wasn't like a straight attack where he cut his hand off or something. No, Dabura activated his technique, and this really makes me think Dabura's a Green Lantern. I saw actually, was that you? Or was it someone else? I saw a comment, someone said that on my new video, where Dabura's going to be like a Green Lantern. This is not loading. TCB, you are failing me. You're failing me, TCB scans. I kind of want to like show the page. Okay, I'll just say it now anyway. What I'm trying to say is when Dabura cut the guy, actually I have the panels. What am I doing this for? I'll come here to Jujutsu Kaisen, JJK. By the way, do you guys want to see the amount of thumbnails I have? This is just for streams, by the way. Just for my streams that I've made like throughout history. These are all my stream thumbnails. And if you want to see my Jujutsu Kaisen thumbnails, these are all the thumbnails I've made. Yeah. Quite a long time of doing this. It is what it is. A lot of thumbnails, guys. A lot of them. And this is my Jujutsu Kaisen folder, by the way. Like, some of these folders have multiple folders. Like, Sukuna's folder is already huge, full of pictures, without things though. And then it has multiple folders filled with multiple things inside of it. Like, Origins, you know, Maki vs. Sukuna, like, Sukuna thing, like, I've got a lot of things. It always makes it funny when someone's like, oh, I bet you've never actually read the story or something, a comment like that, like, guys, or seen a panel. If only people knew. My god, like, I didn't even want it to be like this, but it does it. This is what happens when you become a YouTuber. Large icons. This is my Modulo folder, right? Where's the what folder? I don't have such a folder. I don't have such a folder, guys. Let me come here. So chapter 12, no, it's chapter 13. Sorry, I got a bit sidetracked right here. So I'll show you guys what I wanted to show you before. Here. Now, when Dabura used his technique against this guy, and I'll compare it with here, right? We can see, I hope it's not too small. Let me try and make it bigger for you here, like this, and like this. And I hope my camera isn't blocking it as well, like that. So we can see here that, like, when the technique is, like, gets activated, and this is why I kind of thought Dabura may have, like, a heat-based technique, energy-based technique. I was not fully right, but, like, it was going along the right lines, but I wasn't right, of course. But yeah, it steams because of the light here. So Dabura activates his technique right here, and it cuts his arm off cleanly. So this is why, like I said in the actual video covering this chapter, because I questioned, why don't we see his hand anywhere? Like, if he cut it off, wouldn't he have been holding the hand? Wouldn't the hand be lying around here? Something like, these are just puddles? Like, no, it wasn't in any page. His hand just, like, ceased to exist entirely. So it seems like, yes, as a fact, technique was activated. The reason nobody saw it is because the technique was the speed of light. Which, I don't know how, like, if Yuji actually comes through, how is Yuji gonna react to this? Like, I get Yuji is faster than a grade 1 or grade 2 sorcerer, all these grade 1 sorcerers, but nobody saw the technique. Nobody saw the technique happen. Like, Dabura activates it in front of a group of like 50 people. And probably more, actually, there's quite a lot of people in this panel. But nobody sees it. Nobody actually sees the light go. It might actually be light speed. My besto furendo. King. Saying it right this time. King D469. Always appreciate, man. Thank you very much for supporting this channel. Thank you. We won't see this, but can Dabura fight at night when light is absent to a significant degree? I'm predicting he concentrates lights into a single shot and snipes Yuka from the shadows. Do you actually think he's going to bring out... That would be crazy. Yuka from the shadows, like this cancer-ridden girl. By the way, Dabura cannot kill Yuka. Like, even if he uses an energy beam and tries to eviscerate her, she's not going to die from it. Like, the literal ritual will not allow her to die no matter what, because he's activated that ritual. Interesting fact. So even if he tries to kill her, it's not going to deactivate Mahoraga until everyone involved when the ritual started dies. That's why when Mahoraga like one-shot Megami, the ritual didn't end, even though like Megami died. He was actually put in a state of limbo between life and death. The ritual was just keeping him alive until Haruta died as well, because he was involved in the initial ritual. So in that way, even if he were to snipe Yuka, who's already dying, it wouldn't end the ritual until either Dabura dies or Dabura destroys Mahoraga, the same way as Sukuna did. But again, thank you so much for the 10 Canadian. Shout out Canada, by the way. Shout out Canada. And much appreciated. Again, King D, I always appreciate support. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's very nice. But yeah, I do wonder, like, if he would get a buff if he were to fight in the day. And I do wonder maybe even how it would interact like light and shadows. I wonder if maybe that's how Dabura is going to be caught off guard, where maybe Yuka's going to come from behind and stab her, maybe? Oh, you added me, Nefe. Why Mahoraga is still alive in the Gojo fight? After the Gojo fight. I think it destroyed Sukuna's version of Mahoraga. There's a different version for each 10 Shadows user. Personally, I think Megami and Sukuna's 10 Shadows are two different ones, so that Mahoraga's are different. But this Mahoraga is Yuka's. It's a completely different technique, completely different Mahoraga. So in that case, it's not going to have the world cutting slash as well, because it's not Sukuna's Mahoraga. But yeah, again, just to finish that off, King D again for the 10. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Oh, congratulations, Buddha. Let me... thank you, Rai, C. Rai, for subscribing. Much appreciated, thank you. If you're actually here in the stream, thanks. Or maybe they're just watching a video as well, who knows. Yeah, no, that's very nice, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the channel. What I was saying about this part was... Yeah, I really don't know if, like, how the light and shadow is going to interact, but I think, first of all, it's thematic. The light of the Sumerians versus the shadow of humanity. Bars from me, absolute bars. Like, I'm patenting that. If anyone ever says that, like in a tweet or in a video or something, YouTube video, just know you heard it from me first. But anyway, gonna trademark that as fast as possible. But I do think it's poetic that, like, these two are fighting. And it does seem like generally... you know, his personality and character of Dabura, even though he's got a light technique, is very, like, he's always drawn in silhouettes, in shadows, like, very dark sort of aesthetic, and even his personality is very gloomy. Hey! Как дела, Mash? Как дела? Kaio Daddy. I don't know if anyone remembers that Kaio Daddy moment. Don't know if anyone remembers that. That is an absolute classic. I think people are here who remember it. Enbu's here. Maybe Kudex was here when that happened. Is anyone, Morningstar, were you here when we were making the name for the Kaio Crimson channel and Kaio Daddy actually won? I didn't name it that, but... Я... Ну, мне очень скучаю. Я скучаю, да. Маш, да. Anyway, to continue. Sorry, I know some... Enbu's here. Enbu speaks Russian. There are probably other people who know what I'm saying. Alright, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. If you know what I'm saying, just act like you don't. And Morningstar, you remember. Dude, I don't know, Morningstar, by the way... I gotta say this because you have been here for a long time, man. You, just like with some other people, да, ты понимаешь, да, я знаю. Morningstar's been here for a while. I remember, I used to think you were hating, man. I genuinely thought for a couple months there, I thought you were hating. But it turns out, no, you weren't here. You're actually a very good guy to talk with, he'll always come in the streams. Nefe has been here for a long time. A lot of people actually, I do remember the names, man. Some people have been here for years. Like Flowsy's been here for a long time. I can see talking in the chat. But yeah, like shout out Morningstar, man. I remember, I actually thought you were here for so long. Because you always comment just purely criticism. But then eventually I realized, I think you're just a critical person. And I also, I'm a very sensitive person. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to act like, oh, I'm some great guy. Guys, I'm so sensitive. And especially when I was doing YouTube in the beginning and my channel was blowing up, I was really sensitive and taking things too personally. But then I remember, like, I thought he was hating. But like now it's better, of course. Now, like, I don't care about things. People can say things. I'm like, you know, it's probably true if they criticize me. Fair enough. But like the point is, a couple months after, I was like, oh damn, Morningstar's actually chill. I like to banter, it's fun, yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. I'm getting such a... It's way too off topic. Capybara here as well. Yeah, bro speaking Russian roulette. But how can I say it? Sorry, back to the main point. Back to the main point of what I was saying. Dear God, what the hell was I saying? Oh right, how light and shadow are going to interact. I do hope that actually happens as well. I do hope there's going to be an interaction between the shadow and the light techniques of them. And I remember now what I was saying. It's so interesting, and I think this is poetic writing. I don't know if anyone said this. I'm probably not the first person who's thought this or said this. I haven't seen anyone else say it. Я вижу, Mash, я вижу. I'm probably the first person who said it, but Dabura is a very gloomy guy. He's a very dark guy. His character is very like depressed. If there was like such a thing as a shadow of a character, like a depressed character, it's Dabura, guys. It's Dabura. Like he's very, very dark. But it's ironic that his technique is light, and he truly is like the light of the aliens. He is their hope. Whereas Yuka is genuinely a colorful character. She's very like playful, and even this is the greatest piece of evidence I have for this. There is a page that Gege, well, I guess Yuji drew. Let me show you. Where is it? This one. She is drawn this double page in light. Now, this is the greatest stretch of all time, what I'm about to do, and I do not think this is what's going on. I think it's merely a coincidence, but I think it's just a coincidental, great, like, symbolism, and even foreshadowing, like, maybe coincidental foreshadowing, that Yuka is in the, like, just a massive, almost like part of light, like a field of light, which is foreshadowing Dabura's technique, the light technique. Remember, when he actually used this technique against Mahoraga, what did it look like for Mahoraga? Let me show you here. Like, he literally gets embedded into light. Light itself comes around and, like, completely takes the environment. Guys, am I crazy for this? Like, is this foreshadowing? Or, like, have I just looked so much into it and it's like a coincidence? I think it's a coincidence. I really think it's a coincidence. But look at this. Mahoraga standing here is like Yuka. Like how he's shrouded in light and it's even surrounding him. Like, am I crazy for this? Like, seriously, guys, I have not seen a single person talk about this. So I don't know if, like, maybe I'm just really stretching into it. But this could have been foreshadowing for Yuka versus Dabura, and even Dabura's technique, right? But I really do think it's all a coincidence. I really think it's just a coincidence. I do believe in the coincidence, like that, those things do happen. But what I'm trying to say is, like, her character generally is a very bright character. Even here, she's drawn like in the light. This is, I think, is happening on purpose. This part symbolic that she's in the light, bathed in light, a very bright and cheerful character. Like, you see her character all the time, her personality. She's generally like a ray of the sun. But her technique is the 10 shadows. Like I told you before, Dabura, gloomy, depressed. Technique is light. I think it's so interesting how their techniques are the opposite of their personality, which is the opposite of Megumi. Megumi was like a gloomy, he wasn't depressed, he was kind of depressed, gloomy, down guy, shadowy guy, and and Megumi had a shadow technique. It fit in that case. But this time, I think it's a coincidence. I think this is a coincidence. Like, I don't think Bro's tweaking. I think you're probably right. Like, this is probably a coincidence, but what's not a coincidence is the light being drawn, probably for two reasons. One, her character, and two, because she's dying of cancer. Because this was the chapter that we found out that she has cancer, right? She tells Cross, I have cancer and I'm dying. So then it's just showing her going towards the light, her dying. Like, that's why the light is being drawn. But again, like I'm saying, what a crazy coincidence that, like, she is literally like Mahoraga right now. And if you go back to this, like, it's just such, it cannot be done on purpose. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a great coincidence. Like, it's as if she's fighting Dabura right here. The light surrounding her, covering her body, like Dabura's technique being activated. I mean, if that's what Gege and Yuji were going for, I applaud them, because that would have been incredible. Anyway, enough about, like, whole symbolism, themes, character, personalities. Let's just get back to the juicy stuff. Power scaling. Okay, let's get back to power scaling. When Yuka dies, goes straight to paradise. Do you think Yuka has 10 shadows, or she has a copy to take? Wait. Stop. No. That's not true. That's not true. Stop. Codex, that can't be true. No. Wait. That can't be true. That can't be true. Wait. Stop. Wait. Yo, that is insane, Codex. Okay, hold up. Let me screenshot that so I can. I'm gonna say that in video, and if it does come true, I want to credit you as well. Let me screenshot that. Snipping tool. Give me 1 second, guys. Codex here. Actually, I don't even need to do that. I can just take a screenshot on my phone. Hold on. Here. Ban him? What happened? You saying Codex? No, I hope not. Let me take a screenshot of my phone here. There we go. Screenshot taken. Okay, sorry. Oh, it just kind of froze the stream because I had snipping tool open. I'm so sorry, guys. It actually froze the stream. My bad. Anyway. Damn, I kind of just like need to... Wait. Holy shit. Guys, do you think that's true? Do you think she copied Ten Shadows? And that's why they were going to give her Rika because she had copy? No, they gave it to Tsurugi. No, but then... Okay, the biggest problem I have with this is when she activates her technique. Where is it? Where is that panel where she like slaps her hands? Does anyone have Yuka activating her technique? Let me... Or was it chapter 1, wasn't it? Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo. This is the... Okay, there's a flaw in this theory, but it could be true. It could be true. A copy is Yuta's base technique. That is his like original technique. Rika's is just another technique that... I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of like just taken aback. I'm gonna be honest. Like that actually kind of just... Codex, what an insane theory. Holy shit. I don't think it's true, but like it could be true. I want to say like... There is a good chance that's gonna be true. Like, more likely than not, she has the 10 shadows. That's more likely. But the second option, like, if there had to be a second option, it would be her. She had. What? She copied it. I'm sorry. I'm actually, like, flabbergasted. Why have I never saved a panel of her using, like, where she snaps her hands in the beginning? Did I not save that? Chapter 1? Because TCB is bugging out for some reason. Sorry, guys. Let me just try and find this. Yeah, I don't think... that's so strange. Here we go. So, was it chapter... Damn, they don't have chapter 1. Are you kidding me? TCB. Come on, guys. Do I have to go to Viz? But if I have to... Because, again, I don't know if you guys know this. Again, I am from... how can I say? London, right? England, London, but by blood, I'm Kurdish. And, you know, I was born and raised in London, England. No, born and raised in Manchester. Lived in London my, like, whole life. For the past few months, I've actually moved abroad to my home country. I'm in Kurdistan, that's my home country, and I'm studying dentistry right now. Because I studied computer science in the UK, did the 3 years, hated it, now I want to be a dentist, right? So again, that's why my background is different for the past few months. I don't know if, I think I've said that in streams before, but the thing is, I actually can't use Viz unless I use a VPN. And if I turn my VPN on, I think it's going to turn the stream off, that's the problem. So I can't open Viz is the problem. Okay. What I'm going to have to do is, wait, Yuka technique. Search on Google. Find it like that. I probably should turn my VPN on before I start streaming. Here. Okay. Here. No, it's not here. When she slaps her hands, that's what I'm looking for. Because people had pointed out, a lot of people, here. Yes, right here. How can I say, like this clap sound here is like her making the what can I say? It's like this. It's like she's making the 10 shadows. So when Megami makes the 10 shadows dogs, he does something. I'm not gonna shut off. She does something like that. She kind of slaps and makes it like that, and then she activates. You can see the divine dogs on her hands. We've seen someone do this before. Ryomen Sukuna has done this. He did it with the Max Elephant where he never summoned... He did summon the elephant against Yorozu, but he actually used the technique from his own hands. Like, he actually used that elephant's techniques of water, and she's doing the same with the dogs. Na telefon открывай. Na telefon at... Wait. Открой. Открой means open, right? Hold on, let me Google Translate this. It means open it on your phone. Я понимаю, да. No, да, я понимаю. Спасибо большое. Спасибо большое, Masha. Я ценю. I appreciate. Thanks. But thank God I got it here. Yeah. I could have done that actually. That's for next time. I can actually open Viz on my phone because my phone has a thing. The point is, she made the hand sign, and this, I talked about this in my video about when I said she's going to have the 10 shadows. I said it's a stretch, admittedly, and I still think that, even knowing that it's true, I say objectively, like, it is a stretch to see this, like, hand, and you see, like, barely, it's like centimeters she's doing it. What it means is that she's simply so skilled that she, like, even mastered having it, like, a small space between. Basically, I underestimated how skilled she was. And the big thing that made me think she had it, which is what I talked about in, damn, 100 people watching, that's crazy. In this video here, right, that I made 4 days ago, the biggest reason I said is simply because the hand techniques look like dogs right here. So, what I'm trying to say, sorry, all this goes back to Kudek's point. Sorry, I took so many tangents. The point is, if she has copy, the thing is she would have had to copy the 10 Shadows months ago, even before she had died. That's the biggest problem with the theory. I will say it is a really cool theory though, a very cool theory, and I do hope it's true, Kudex. If it is true, I've taken a screenshot, I'm going to credit you. And I will talk about that in my next video, and I'll give you credit for that. Like, it is a very cool theory that she may have copied it, getting it from her father, like the copy technique. Crazy stuff, by the way. But I guess it means Megumi is alive, or there is either A, Megumi's alive, B, there's another 10 Shadows user, and C, they've allowed her to copy it. Those things going. I guess which makes sense for the Mahoraga fight. But it's not dogs because they're too bright. I don't know, maybe like it's a weird application of the technique where it just looks like it's... I think what's going on is like this is just cursed energy. I think more so than anything, that's why it looks like that. Here it's different, yeah. But in any case, I do think this was great. I remember the guy who made it very big is Alonzi. Alonzi actually made the theory very big. I don't know if he was the first person to talk about it, because I remember like one day, it was like a day before this, I just went on Twitter or on YouTube, on both places actually, and everybody was talking about it. And then I saw the first person I saw make a video on it though was Alonzi. That was like, I saw everyone talking about it on Twitter, then Alonzi made a video on it, I remember. And he ended up being right, shout out, which I was right as well, because I made a video on that as well, but he made his video first, so shout him. First was Anime Balls Deep, really? Oh, I guess I didn't know, maybe I was wrong there. I guess the first person I saw was Alonzi, so I wanted to credit him there. But in any case, yeah, 10 Shadows. I truly, even though I made that video and I said like, oh, this is going to happen, I still didn't expect it to actually happen this way. Now, again, as we're reaching probably the climax, I can say, of the stream, I do want to talk about one of the things. I teased this 10 times, like 50 minutes in, an hour in, an hour 10 minutes in. I want to talk about probably one of the most important parts, and personally my favorite part. I have to sneeze, but I'm not going to sneeze. Whatever. Alright, being sick and streaming truly is what it is. Yuji. Yuji is going to be involved in the story. I know a lot of people are saying, how is Yuji going to come now? Yuji's a fraud. Yuji being a fraud is funny, by the way, but he's not a fraud. Yuji is going to be involved in the story. We're 15 chapters in, and 6 of the chapters, I actually went back into every chapter, 6 of the chapters talked about Yuji either by full name or showed him. They actually showed it. So I'll go to Modulo. Yuji right here. Right? So we had this chapter, a full pages, like a page or two, just talking, like glazing Yuji, saying we need him. And we saw a picture of him in real time. And then of course, once again, flashback. Yuji. So we see him talked about off in another time. He's talked about once again. 2 or 3 times, they just talk about him full name. What other times was Yuji mentioned? He was mentioned in the beginning of the series, JJK Modulo, in chapter 1 here, someone as remarkable as Itadori Yuji, and they always just keep talking about him, even before Yuka was thrown in, was it chapter 13, they talk about, Nobita recording, literally just talking about Yuji for so long, whole parts of Yuji, and then, we don't even have a lead on him, right? So the point is, this goes beyond just, a cameo or mentioning it. This has shown us Yuji's going to come. The way this is written, Yuji is going to get involved. Now it's just a matter of how this is going to happen. Now, it's very interesting because I talked about this a week ago when I talked about, 3 weeks ago, actually, when we first found out Yuka was fighting Mahoraga. I said he's going to get involved in this fight, and I do believe that he is going to defeat Dabura. Now, ever since we found out Mahoraga is going to be involved, even before that, when I made the Mahoraga video, I think Yuji is actually going to come and parallel Sukuna in Shibuya, and I think he's actually going to take care of business with Mahoraga. I think he's going to take care of him and just straight up parallel what happened in Shibuya, and then this could be interesting because if Mahoraga fully adapts to what's-his-name's technique, Dabura's 2 techniques right here, it's game over. Dabura, even if he's stronger than Mahoraga, there's no chance of him winning. Truly, there's really and truly, there'd be no chance for him to take him out all. So what could happen instead is Dabura has no chance to beat him, Mahoraga has fully adapted, Yuji steps in, and this isn't the same Mahoraga that Sukuna fought or it's on the same Mahoraga that Gojo fought. Those are two separate Mahoragas, funny enough. This is a third, entirely different Mahoraga. This Mahoraga has never adapted to either blood manipulation or shrine. Cleaveness Mantle, this one hasn't. Yuji could come in, he is aware of Mahoraga and like his abilities and stuff. One-shot Mahoraga, I don't care how he does it. It could be a Cleaveness Mantle, or it could be a blood manipulation technique, or anti-gravity if he's not gonna have that, but if he has it, that would be crazy, or some other technique, maybe he's gone in 6 to 8 years. But I want to see him just come in, one-shot Mahoraga, and then deal with Dabura. I really want to see that. I truly want to see that happen. I think that's going to be Yuji's role. I know a lot of people are saying, like, but you know, Yuji just coming in, saving the day, he's not the MC. That's what Gojo did, and Gojo wasn't the MC of JJK the first time. Gojo literally did that. Yuji right now is fulfilling the role of Gojo. He's fulfilling that role in real time. And I will say him coming in and saving the day would be great, and then it also could lead into a lot of character development moments and also things that need to happen to Yuji. I will say I wonder how this is going to go, because it could go another way as well. Tsurugi and his awakening. A lot of people have forgotten for some reason, Tsurugi is going to awaken. This isn't just me like saying this, like it being a theory. By the way, anyone tweet? If you tweet anything, tell me in the chat right now. I'll check out your tweet if you have anything you want to say. Let's see. I don't think anyone in the stream tweeted at me. Yeah, I guess not. That's okay. But if you do want to, let me know, and I'll check out your tweet if there's anything you want to say. I guess I can just read the chat as well, but it is what it is. What I'm trying to say is Tsurugi is going to awaken. So I talked about this. When did I talk about this? I made a tweet about here, 9th of December, 3 days ago. Everyone just seems to have forgotten that Tsurugi is foreshadowed to become like Maki. You're a lot like me, Tsurugi. I am. Yes, you get stronger through loss. It's a double-edged sword, so be careful. And this is like, it couldn't be, like, it's literally being told to us directly. It couldn't be said in a more in-your-face type of way, a more obvious way. Tsurugi is going to awaken like Maki at some point, after he loses something. Yuka, as we saw in this chapter, dying, like even death binding vow or not, like she's just dying of cancer. Like she's actually just dying of cancer. Like look, she can't even see in front of her all this stuff happening. So she's gonna die. Like there's no saving her. There's no like, oh, we're gonna kill Mahoraga and save her. The only chance of saving her, like I said in a video, Mahito coming in and saving it, but I'll talk about that later. For now, I'm trying to say is, if she does die, Tsurugi will awaken. Now, the only confusing part about all of this is the way it was portrayed is that Maki awakened because she's a twin with Mai. Mai said that twins in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe are treated as one, and Mai never trained, so that always held Maki back. But on top of that, because Mai had cursed energy, that held back Maki's heavenly restriction because it was going against it, and the universe treated it as one. It was actually clashing against each other. People don't realize this, but that also means Maki was holding Mai back. Yes, Maki was training, and maybe that was making Mai a bit stronger, but because of Maki's heavenly restriction, as long as Maki was alive, Mai's access to cursed energy is always going to be limited. No matter what, it was just going. That's why she could only make like a tiny bullet. I get it's like a very high, insufficient technique. Like even Yorozu, it was very insufficient with it. Like it takes a lot of cursed energy to use. But even then, making only a simple bullet, that's too far. Like for any technique, that's too far. It's clear. Again, as it was said, Mai was being held back by Maki as well, both ways. Like the heavenly restriction was affecting her, just like how Mai's cursed energy was affecting her. Mai died, and Mai said directly, "I'm taking this cursed energy with me." And because the cursed energy wasn't holding back the heavenly restriction, Maki awakened. Now, okay, how does that connect here? Tsurugi and Yuka aren't twins, so they're not treated as one in the JJK universe. So why is Tsurugi not just born a monster? Why is he not just born a beast? I only started to think about this after I saw this page. Did we just... Are we wrong? Are we wrong about Toji and Maki? Yes, Maki awakened because of, what's his name? Him dying, like Mai dying, that happening. But who's to say Toji was the same? What if Toji was also weak? We see that when Toji was thrown in like a pit of just simply curses, like grade 2, semi-grade 1 curses, that actually gave Toji the scars that he has. It was said in a daybook, right? Because they threw him in there when he was a child. If Toji was born, like if his heavenly restriction right off the bat, was on the level of Maki and Prime Toji, there's no cursed spirit on this planet that's even laying a scratch on him, let alone scarring him, right? The point being, that makes it sound like Toji wasn't born OP. Toji may have been born like Maki, and something may have happened. I don't know what. Something may have happened. Like, we see Toji was depressed when Naoya sees him as a child. Maybe something to do with his wife, or something to do with his love, or even someone before that. Something happens, and then Toji awakens. Like, truly awakens after loss. Maki always had... I always assumed Toji was just born like that, and Maki was only weak because of my holding it back, because that was what was directly said in the story. But now I'm thinking, like, were both things true? Was Maki born, like, as weak as she is, but she just wasn't ever able to grow strong because of Mai? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So Maki kept training, but she never grew because Mai held her back. But Toji was the same as Maki, and then maybe he trained... But no, that's the thing, Tsurugi's been training. I don't really get what's going on with loss and it being a specific trigger for them, and why this almost like scientific, logical explanation of Mai and the twins and it holding her back and cursed energy, and Mai taking the cursed energy, it's almost like it's not being retconned. I don't want to say it's being retconned, but almost like that's not the reason Maki awakened anymore. Now, this line here, how did Toji awaken? We don't really know. We don't even know if he awakened. Like, I always thought he was just born like that, but like, even looking back at the data books and how he got his scars, it makes me realize Toji actually, like, with evidence, he probably wasn't that strong if grade 2 curses could scar him. Like, if he was born, like, strong right off the bat with heavy restriction, he wouldn't have, that wouldn't have happened to him. So clearly Toji awakened as well at some point. Long in his youth, who knows when, because he's an old man when we see him. Or an old middle-aged man. Now, the problem, not problem, but like the confusing is probably a better way to say it. Strange is the best way, because it's not confusing, it's strange. The strange part about this, it's almost like it's retconning it. Like, the reason Maki got strong is not because of, you know, the twin part. Like, Mai was yapping on about, like, oh, we're twins, I'm holding you back, blah, blah. No. Maki is talking as if losing Mai made her strong. Like, that awakened her. Even though that's not what Mai said. Mai said directly, like, I'm taking the cursed energy with me, and I was holding you back as a twin, because a trait is one of the Jujutsu Kaisen universe. So there's no reason why loss alone should be the trigger for Tsurugi to awaken. I think this might be a retcon, or bad writing or something. I don't get it. But I want to say, I cannot claim it's bad writing or retcon, because we have not seen it happen yet. Because when Tsurugi awakens, they definitely, I really hope, the same way Maki awakened, there was a whole explanation about it. There may be yet another explanation when Tsurugi awakens that will explain why he awakened and why this loss made him like that. Maybe how he's similar or different to Maki. But that is what might happen. So I don't want to claim yet, but I'm saying if I try to predict the future, it looks like it's either a retcon or bad writing, predicting the future. But I could be wrong. I am not claiming that yet. I could be wrong until we get the explanation. It's almost like you're innocent until you're proven guilty. Like, that's what's happening. I see this bullshit on my screen, like how Maki's explaining it. Like, you look guilty, but until I see Tsurugi awaken and the explanation be given, I'm going to assume you're innocent, Gege. AKUTAMI Gege, I'm going to assume you're innocent. But just be careful. Okay, you're on trial right now. But yeah, the point being, sorry, let's see what's going on in the chat. Zenin is like Uchiha confirmed. Pretty much, yeah. What if Tsuri's head restriction is just weak? Do you remember what Yuki said about such in the world for head restrictions never found as strong as Toji? But it seems like, I remember there was like a great theory about this. Heavily restriction, maybe it just seems to be something that's passed down in the Zenin family. And it probably is tied to Mahoraga. Like, whenever there's a 10 Shadows user, there also must exist a heavily restricted user, because the only way to tame Mahoraga is with a heavily restricted user. Unless you're Ryoma Sukuna, like, is an exception, but logically the only way to tame it is by a heavily restricted user, because anyone else who's involved in the ritual, even if Mahoraga is destroyed, you don't get Mahoraga. That's why when Sukuna destroyed Mahoraga, Megumi didn't get it. And that's why they couldn't just summon, what's his name? They couldn't just summon Mahoraga and Gojo, and then Gojo would just one-shot him with purple, and then boom, Megumi's got Mahoraga. It doesn't work like that. The way to, like, actually tame a shadow, you have to beat it one-on-one when you summon it. And I guess Sukuna off-screen beat Mahoraga 1-on-1. Like, not including the time of Shibuya, he as a fact, beat him again. The point is, there's no way a 10 Shadows user could do that. Like, there's just no chance. I've seen theories like, get the bull to run on the treadmill for like days, and summon Mahoraga and get the bull off the treadmill and it one-shots him, like the 10 Shadows bull. Some funny theories, but honest to God, like, logically, it just seems way too clear, like, and obvious. I don't want to say obvious, but maybe a bit obvious for me. Like, the heavily restricted user is always born in the Zenin clan, and it specifically doesn't exist in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe. It doesn't exist. There's no cursed energy. What it means is if Maki had awakened earlier, right? Wait. She did awaken. No, I guess the timelines match, but I guess they didn't try it because there was no time because of the culling games. But let's say Maki had awakened way early in the series, like many months before, and Megami summoned Mahoraga, and Maki was able to, like, kill Mahoraga, right? Let's say that happened. If that would have happened, then Megami would have gotten Mahoraga, because Maki wouldn't have counted in the ritual, because she doesn't exist in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe, because she has no cursed energy. She's invisible. So that's why I think the heavily restricted user always exists within the 10 Shadows clan, Zenin clan, sorry, specifically, and probably is always born whenever there's a 10 Shadows user as well, or like they're born within a similar time frame. So, yeah, I hope that makes sense. It's a theory, it's not confirmed, but, you know, don't get it. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, I'll really summarize this now, like very shortly in 2 sentences. The heavily restricted user exists specifically in a Zenin clan because the 10 Shadows exist, and that's because the heavily restricted user can tame the 10 Shadows Mahoraga and not be counted in the ritual. I hope that makes sense. That's like the best way I can summarize it. Yuji hiding to keep Modulo? Exactly, they're not too short, because if Yuji came in, dude, he ends it. He just ends it right there. Yuji needs to give some screen time for the rest of the characters. But yeah, Yuji knows he's a Maru victim. That's great. The Maru agenda is still going strong, I see. But yeah, in any case, what I'm trying to say is, Tsurugi is going to awaken. My bet is, I don't know if it's going to be before or after Yuka dies, or it could even be during the Maru fight, like a mental awakening as well. Like, mentally he loses Yuka, like he senses Mahoraga is being summoned and that awakens it, or Yuka actually dies and he feels it and then he awakens. Because he's going to get his ass kicked by Maru. Like, guys, let's like not beat around the bush. Tsurugi is about to get his actual ass beaten. Like, straight. I know this panel was like such aura, like, get the hell out of here, Maru. Like, dude, you're gonna get like one shot no diff. This guy is a absolute monster. Dude, his technique is so divine. Like, that's what's allowing the entire aliens as a whole to communicate with the humans. Like, that's through his technique. His technique lets him find people. His technique goes against logic itself. Like, it powered the alien ship. Like, this technique is special great. I'm not saying like this Maru and is clearly not nearly as strong as like Dabura, Gojo, and Sukuna, but he may have the strongest technique we've ever seen. Honest to God, this is like a special grade technique beyond special grade itself. And even though he's not as strong as Dabura or Gojo or Sukuna, he's still strong. He's still very, look how he bodied the grade 1 sorcerer who was toying with, who destroyed at the same time Tsurugi and Yuka. Tsurugi stands no chance, is what I'm trying to say. Like, he's farming aura, he looks cool. He's got a nice one-liner. Well, it's 2-liner, but you're gonna get your ass beat. What I'm thinking is, as this fight happens, he's gonna feel sorry about my voice and my nose. Like, I'm getting my ass kicked right now by the virus. I've been streaming for so long. He's kicking my ass, but I don't want to stop streaming. I just don't want to stop. Because this is way too much fun. I'm loving JJK right now. But, congratulations, Budaza. Thank you, Andrew Matsis. Are you in the chat, by the way? Thank you for subscribing. I wonder, like, if you just watched my new video and you subscribed, or if he's in the chat. If you're here, let me know. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy the channel. Or if you're not here, like, I just spoke to nobody then, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, I think Yuka is going to die, or something's going to happen. It's going to trigger Tsurugi's awakening in the Maru fight. Yeah, I'm here. Like the stream. Oh, is that you? At Trickout. I guess maybe your at's different than your name, but if that's actually you, shout out. Thanks for subscribing. Much appreciated, man. And thanks for saying you like the stream as well. That's very stream. I mean, yeah, guys, if you do like the stream, Thank you very much. It's much appreciated. Or are you saying you like the stream? Or are you telling people to like the stream? In any case, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. In any case, thank you so much. That's very sweet. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I think Maru's going to find Yuji the figure. Both? Thanks, Matis. Wait, couldn't they have just done that? I'm not like, dude, this... Okay, can I take a screenshot of that as well? Wait, I have it in the chat here. I think Mara's going to find the... Okay, I'm taking a screenshot of that. B10. So if I'm going to talk about that video and I'll include your thing there. Damn. Is that... Okay, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. But it could happen. And it could have happened. Like, they could have genuinely... Wait, I guess maybe they didn't know exactly how his technique worked. But, damn. They could have actually like just taken the Sukuna finger, which they visited. They visited the Sukuna finger. Maru could have activated his technique. And they find Yuji. In the same way how they found... Because, by the way, Harmony can find people. That's how they found Tsurugi in the beginning. Because there was a connection between them. There's a connection of the resonance between Sukuna finger and Yuji. I wonder. Damn. Like, are they going to stop fighting here and do that? I don't know if there's enough time for that, but... Wow. That is a fantastic... even if it doesn't come true, like, it could have happened. B10, like, that could have happened. Honest to God. And, if it does, shout you. And if it doesn't, like, still... Amazing theory regardless, because like it's very plausible. Tsurugi seems like a sorcerer of less cursed energy, just excels at physical. But it's, I don't know, because like it doesn't seem like he has any cursed energy. Like he utilizes the cursed energy of his weapon when he uses simple domain, which is like a very high level technique. Was it here? Or am I remembering wrong? Wait. The brat is formed from the big plants. He's bound by a heavenly restriction, gifting immense physical strength in exchange for cursed energy. And actually, this just confirms it's Maki and Toji's heavenly restriction. Managing to open a simple domain using only the cursed energy in the weapon. Yeah, no. Like, yeah, no, he's exactly like Maki and Toji. Like, him using simple domain, I don't know how he does it. I guess he's somehow just doing it. But he's using the cursed energy from the weapon. He doesn't have any cursed energy himself. He's somehow manipulating it, right? But yeah, like just directly. But goddamn, this was an amazing panel. Jesus, Aura was farmed in Modulo, man. Aura was just farmed. Wow. Let me close that. And yeah, damn. But yeah, like you could have found Yuji that way. The point of what I'm trying to say is, whenever a character gets a power up or showcases an ability for the first time, they always look good doing it. Remember, like when Maru activated his technique and we first saw it, he actually like danced. He danced on that old man grade 1 social. He was just hitting the moves, dancing it. If Tsurugi is going to awaken, it should be now, and it cannot be a coincidence that he's fighting Maru. I think like he's going to get his ass beat by Maru, Tsurugi will awaken, and we're going to witness like, dude, he is going to, let me put my phone on charge. Sorry. We are going to witness basically him like farming Aura and like being good. Like that, hey, my besto furendo. Once again, Greedy Arts, the O of the OGs. Thank you very much. Thank you once again for the second donation. That's much appreciated. Thank you. After Tsurugi awakens, Maru is going to realize there's no cursed energy. Ooh. To control in his body by using inertia. Then Maru gets... Wait! Actually, you know what? This isn't just because of the donation. It's going to be my 4th time doing this. I'm going to take a screenshot of that as well. Because that... I swear to God that's going to happen. That is actually going to happen. Holy shit. Because, yeah... Like, wait, that's going to be crazy. He's not going to be able to manipulate... He uses technique on Tsurugi. Maybe, if that's actually... Just in case that happens, I'll credit you. I have the screenshot now. If that actually happens. Shout. And again, also, thanks for the 5 as well. The second time, thank you so much. That is very sweet. Thanks, Gritty Arts, for always supporting your channel, man. For always supporting it. Donation or not, just thank you. Honestly, God. Maru blinks and Tsurugi disappears. Dude... I hope space is edible. You read my mind. I was thinking for a straight minute or two. That's how I've been picturing it. Oh, congratulations, Buddha. Ellie, thank you for subscribing, Ellie. I don't know if you're in the chat, but hey, if you're in the chat, thank you very much. That's very good. I hope you enjoy the channel. But yeah, thanks. That's very subscribed. But anyway, damn. Yeah, he is gonna awaken in this fight, and I like how I hope space said. I think that's what's going to happen. Like, he's going to blitz him, dance on him. It's basically going to be his way of showing off. And like Gritty said in his donation, thanks once again, it's gonna fuck with Maru. Like, him not having cursed energy, not being able to like use inertia, harmony, like control. I wonder how it's gonna mess with him, and I wonder if that's gonna mess with the third eye. I wonder, like, because when the two eyes close and he opened the third one, like, this is, by the way, baseless theory. I'm just throwing this out there as a random idea. There's no evidence for this. Because it's a physical eye, so in theory the physical eye should be able to see the physical world. But I wonder if the third eye can only see cursed energy. Probably not true because, like, it looks like a physical eye. It should be able to physically see. But if it is only able to see or sense cursed energy, it might even fuck with his third eye. If Tsurugi loses all cursed energy. God damn. God damn, guys. Just wow. I want to say, like, we are in for a treat. Yuji showing up. Rika will show up at some point. The ring has been here. Tsurugi is going to awaken against Maru. Dude, Dabura is going to fight Mahoraga. Yuji, like, popping his domain. I need to see Yuji's domain name. That is what I need to see. Potentially seeing... Oh, I see you, Ellie, by the way. I see you. I just joined the stream, so interesting. Yeah, thank you for subscribing. Thanks. Much appreciated, Ellie. I'm glad you find it interesting as well. Glad you like it. But yeah. Like, god damn, guys. Honest to God, like, there's so much to look forward to. And I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to be with you guys. Like, we're actually witnessing this all happen in real time. Like, what a shock it was last chapter, man. Again, I still have 2 finals left for this semester. For my dentistry course. And here I am. Dude, here. Jeez, how long have I been streaming? Wait. Whoa. Yeah, only an hour 40. I thought it was more. Only an hour 40. Well, guys, I do believe it is time to end the stream. I really want to continue, but not only am I sick, I've barely slept the past 2 days. Like, barely slept. But yeah, any last questions, just feel free to ask me. Any last questions? But yeah. How old are you? I am 24. Not so old, I hope, but yeah. That's young. Take care. Thank you, King. Thanks. Oh, thanks, guys. B10. Hope you have a great weekend. Enbu. B10. Flowsy. 24. Unk. Guys, come on. I'm not Unk. I'm like, sleep well, thanks. Thanks, everyone. I watch anime black and white. Playing I'm older. Okay, there we go. That makes sense. I did watch anime black and white. Thanks. Origin, JK, Mystic Fiction, Trick Universe, everyone, just everyone. Thank you guys so much. I think Dabura can use reverse curse technique, hopefully. That would be very disappointing if he couldn't. W stream, thank you. If Tsurugi uses Rika, I'm asking all the last questions. To eat all the previous dead sorcerers? Dude, can you imagine Tsurugi awakens, like, his, the ring and his heavenly restriction? That would just be insane if that's actually how it goes. Let me check my thing. Yeah, 26? That's young, man, that's young. Do you think Yuta and Maki kids will show up? I think at this point they're not showing up. But yeah, hope you get better. Thank you, I hope Space is edible. And will aliens have domain expansions? I don't know, but I hope so. Because they don't have binding vows for some reason. Though, Dabura may, like, begin to learn how to do it after he's seen it here. Hey, Sia, thank you very much. I think you just came, actually, yo. Sorry, we're ending it. Sorry. You can always rewatch it, though. Enjoy the stream. I'm glad you did, but I enjoyed streaming as well. Kadaburi's reverse curse technique couldn't heal Cross. It could be the same reason why Shoko couldn't heal other people. Like, it may have just been incompatibility, maybe. Oh yeah, like you're saying, James is saying, like, maybe he just can't use it on others. Like, Gojo had reverse curse technique, but he was never able to use it on others. Like, he just couldn't, even though he was, like, as strong as Sukuna. Oh, Sukuna's a bit stronger. Hey, anyway, that's a good place to end the stream. That's a good place. I think Megami had kids. I hope so. You have Hana, definitely. They definitely did. Low-key frauds if they don't have domains. The thing I mentioned. Alright, guys. It is a shame to end it at so many views as well. And more importantly than that, just it being so fun. Like, it's a very, very, very fun stream. It's a shame in both ways. But again, I do have to, like, I gotta sleep. Like, right now, actually, I'm gonna sleep. Thank you again so much for coming by, guys. And I hope you have everyone has a wonderful day. Bye, guys. Thanks. Bye.